Hey guys, Ryan here at Signature Edits, and today we are going to go over the 16 productivity tools I could not live without in my photography business. Hey, if you are looking to get more productive and more organized in your business, today is going to be for you. Let's get into it. Alright, so we are going to get started here. I have a list of productivity tools that absolutely I use every single day, and they make a huge difference in my business. So without further ado, let's hop into productivity tool number 1, which is Gmail/Google Chrome. Now, I could not operate my business without using Google Chrome and Gmail, and by the end of this video, I'm pretty sure you will switch over if you aren't using it already. Let me show you why I love Gmail so much. The first thing is that it syncs with my calendar. So I can actually create events here and sync everything with my calendar, with my Drive. I have access to Maps and YouTube. Everything syncs together with my one Google account, and that is amazing. I can also send and receive from multiple emails. If I compose a message, you'll see that I can send emails from a variety of different people, info inquiries, my photography email, my studio corporate email, my film email, and some of our associate photographers. I can send emails on their behalf when necessary. It is so great to be able to do that on one platform without having to switch between a bunch of different inboxes. Now, possibly the greatest feature of using Gmail and Chrome together is the ability to use Chrome extensions, which basically add extra functionality to your email. It's something you won't find anywhere else. Let me show you in productivity tool number 2, which is Boomerang for Chrome. Boomerang for Chrome is a Gmail extension that allows you to schedule emails for later and remind yourself to follow up on different emails, whether it's an inquiry, a bride, a follow-up with a client who needs to pay an invoice. It lets you do that and stay on top of your emails super easily. So let me show you what I mean. I've got an inquiry here from Karen. I'm going to open it up. And it is now 10:13 p.m. at night, so I'm not going to want to respond to this email until the morning. Well, that's easy. I can go in here. I can say, "Hi, Karen. Here's your info." Type out that email, go down here to send later, and I can actually click that and schedule it for tomorrow morning. And just like that, that message will be sent tomorrow morning at 9:38 a.m. And I will no longer look like an email stalker for sending emails in the middle of the night. Now, possibly the best part about using Boomerang is the ability to remind yourself to send emails. So for instance, I have this inquiry from Christine, and she's asking what package details are available. Now, let's say I went in here and I gave her details and I typed those out, and then I click send. Now, normally I would forget to follow up with Christine. If I didn't hear back from her, I would just sort of forget and move on and possibly never hear from her again. Now, the beauty of actually using Boomerang is if I want to, I can go up here and I can go, let me just undo that before we send Christine an email that makes no sense. I can go up to Boomerang and go, if no reply, if I don't hear back from Christine, remind me in 2 days. Put it back in my inbox in a week or 2 weeks or a month or tomorrow morning, whatever it is. And at that time, that email will surface right into my inbox as an unread message, and it will notify me, hey, you've got to follow up with Christine. Now, what's really, really cool about this is I can actually go through, and let's go back here to Christine's message. I can actually go through, and when I Boomerang it, I can add a little note here to remind me what exactly the reason is for being reminded and what I need to follow up about, which is amazing. All of a sudden, I have the ability to follow up with my clients with an email sequence should I not hear back from them. So when I first write them, I give them this package info. Then 2 days later, I set a Boomerang and I hear back from them or I don't. If I don't hear back from them, I have a 2 days later email. If I don't hear back then, I have a 4 days later, etc. All the way down to about 7 days later. And 95% of people get back to me by that point, whereas previously, when I was just sort of following up, sometimes forgetting, I would hardly ever hear back from people after the first couple of days. So that is an amazing tool that you have to try. It allows you to have 10 messages boomeranged for free as a starter, and then you can upgrade from there if you need to. So definitely add that to your Chrome. You can get that in the Chrome extensions. The next productivity hack is Gmail Snippets. Now, this goes hand in hand with Boomerang. As I mentioned, I have a sequence of emails I send my clients, and Gmail Snippets allows me to do that. So let's go back here to Christine and her info request again. I can go in here, hit reply, and now that I've actually added snippets, you just download that Chrome extension. You get this little more options here, and I've got canned responses. And I can insert any of these emails depending on what the bridegroom inquiry has actually asked from me. So in this case, she wants info for both film and photography packages. So I can go in there, it inserts my pre-written message, and I can just switch in, "Hi Christine," add a little bit of info about her venue. I go through, I adjust her dates. And just like that, we've got this beautiful pre-written email sent out. It's consistent from bride to bride, and you've got a process that saves you so much time responding to emails. And again, once I sent this, I would boomerang it for 2 days later. Then I would go through, and I've got my canned response here, follow-up 1, follow-up 2, 3, 4, all the way down the row. When they decide to book, I have a booking email. When they decide, when I want to confirm their booking, I have a confirmation email. And afterwards, after the wedding, after the event, I have a "Here are your photos" email, and then a follow-up requesting a review. And if you are not using follow-ups to get reviews, this will change your entire business, because reviews drive customers like crazy, and it makes such a big difference. So definitely check those out. There is a couple different options. There's Gmail snippets, and then there is also canned responses. So you can just Google that in the Chrome Web Store and add canned responses as well, or instead, whichever you prefer. Okay, let's jump over to productivity tool number 5, which is Scheduler. Again, this is a Google Chrome extension which has changed my flipping life. So let's say that Christine actually booked, and she's booked her wedding, and she wants to have an engagement session. Now, previously, this would be 10, 15 emails back and forth. "Hey, does this date work for you? How about this date? No, that doesn't work for me. How about this time? What time works for you?" Exactly. You get the point. And this gets old really fast, especially when you're juggling multiple clients. It can get very complicated and confusing, and you can make mistakes with your bookings. Well, no longer. Once you add, let's close some tabs here so we're under control. Once you add the scheduler for Gmail meeting scheduler, it is so easy to set up a meeting. All I have to do is hit this little calendar button. Oh, and I'm not logged in, of course. So we're going to switch my other account. And just to make this faster, let's say I was emailing Christine, I would hit this calendar button. And up pops availability for invite. I can say, okay, I'm available Tuesday, and I want it to be around sunset, so 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I'd go through, I'd fill in my availability for different shoots during the week, and then I would go insert link with my availability, and I can enter my different info in here or set up our engagement shoot, insert link, and just like that, I would have a nice little button here, bam, and I can send later tomorrow morning using my Boomerang plugin. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is AdBlock Plus and AdBlock. I actually run both of these on my computer because I hate ads so much, but one or other will work for you. Once you install this, you will never go back. Every single ad that you see on the internet that pops up and gets in your way, AdBlock Plus actually prevents that from happening. And the most magical, majestical part of this whole thing is it works on YouTube. So once you install AdBlock Plus for Chrome, you can watch whatever videos you want on YouTube forever and ever and ever, and not a single ad will pop up. It's a beautiful thing. Trust me, install it. Moving on to productivity tool number 7. This is a game changer. It is HelloSign. Now, when I came across HelloSign, my mind was blown. Why? Because it allows you to sign contracts online. This saves you so much time and headaches with your clients. Not only that, it makes booking easier for them. Now, what is the number one frustrating thing about having to sign a contract as a client? You have to get it, you have to print it, you have to find a scanner, you have to upload it again, and then you have to send it back to your photographer. Now, that's a lot of roadblocks and a lot of time for you to reconsider your decision. By having HelloSign and online contracts, you can simply send booking info to your clients and they can do it right away without having to think about it. Trust me, this will increase your bookings. HelloSign, all right? Productivity tool number 8 goes hand in hand with HelloSign, making the booking process as easy as possible. Guys, it's super simple. And it makes all the difference in the world to booking more gigs, more weddings, more photo shoots, whatever it is you do, you will do more of it by making the process easy for your clients. So PayPal actually allows you to invoice your clients, which is so important because they can then pay by credit card or whatever method they want. Is totally secure, totally simple, totally easy to set up. You can do that. I use this all the time. And they do charge a small fee. I think it's 3 or 4%. And yes, 3 or 4% of $3,000 for a wedding or something like that, it really does suck. However, it's better than not booking the wedding to begin with. So I normally do this for my initial booking, and then the later payments, I can make that a little more complicated, have them do it by e-transfer or Venmo or whatever works. But PayPal is easy, it's secure, it's trusted. You will not go wrong by using this tool. Okay, moving on to productivity tool number 9. We are moving on to Pinterest Automatic Pin WordPress plugin. Now this one is a little more specific if you're using WordPress for your website, which I overall suggest because it allows you to have a lot of control, customization, and we'll see one of our other tools here also uses WordPress. Pinterest Automatic Pin changed my Pinterest life because Pinterest, if you are using it as a photographer, which you probably are, you have to upload your pins one at a time. So let's say that I had a wedding and I wanted to upload some different images from Pinterest. You know the drill, you have to hit plus, create pin. I grab my image, I upload it. Great, that's perfect. That's not mine. Not my image. I'd go in, I'd write my description, I'd link my URL to my post, and then I'd choose a board to pin it to. It's a process, right? So it takes 10, 20, 30 seconds for you to make one single pin. Now imagine doing that hundreds of times. It adds up and it takes a long time. So you can only pin so many images. Pinterest for WordPress changes your life because it allows you to automatically pin all of your images from a post to whatever board you specify automatically. And it's amazing because it actually spaces them out. So here I've got a post from a wedding in the town where I work. It's in Vernon. The venue is called Durali Villa. And so what I do is I go pin this post. Pinterest Automatic is installed here. And I can actually select whichever images I want to pin. I can do that selectively, or I can scroll down here. Bear with me and just go select all. Hit modify pin variables. And that will allow me to adjust the pin text. So I've got the post title, which is automatically going to be whatever this title is. I can adjust and put tags in there. I will have the post link in that description, as well as whatever keyword I want to have in there, which is Kelowna Wedding Photography, the city I want to rank for. And this is the beautiful part, guys. I can pin to whatever board I want. It automatically syncs to my Pinterest profile. And what I actually do, little SEO hack here, is I create a Pinterest board for every venue that the wedding is at. So this wedding was at Durali Villa, so I would go through and I would select Durali Villa Wedding. That's been a while since I actually went through here. There we go. And then I would hit update. And automatically Pinterest WordPress plugin is going to go through and not post all these all the time because that would look spammy and you might get banned. It's going to pin one of these, whatever you set it for. So I think mine is set for every 2 or 3 minutes. It will pin an image over and over and over again until it has pinned all of these to that board. And now I have all of my images with descriptions, with links to my website on Pinterest. Game changer. Okay, moving on to productivity tool number 10, we are headed into Yoast territory, SEO for everybody. Now, this is also a WordPress plugin, and it works pretty much the same as Pinterest plugin in that it works right in your post. So once you have a WordPress site, you simply scroll down to the bottom. Once this plugin is enabled, there's a lot of images in here, obviously. Once we get to the bottom here, Yoast looks just like this. It gives you a snippet preview of what your what your post will actually show up like in Google, and it lets you optimize it and actually scores you on how well you're doing in the SEO world. So for instance, I would go through here and they say, what key phrase do you want this to rank for? When people search in Google, what do you want this post to show up under? And I have Durali Villa Vernon Wedding because that's where this wedding took place. Now it goes through and it says, okay, your key phrase actually showed up so many times. You've got good links, you've got internal links, you've got keyword length, keyword density is how many times that pops up. So it basically gives you a score and allows you to optimize your own website for SEO very quickly and effectively. It's an awesome tool, highly recommend. All right, moving on to productivity tool number 11, we are on Google Forms. Google Forms has blown my mind. I mean, all of these tools are amazing. So if you don't get the point, all of these tools blow my mind. But Google Forms makes things so much easier for me and adds that extra little realm of professionalism to my client experience. I have questionnaires that I've created in Google Forms, and you can actually even buy these templates on our site if you want, or make your own. And basically, you go through here. And this is what the client sees, except for this little edit button, of course. And I get all of the info I need for my wedding day. I send this to the bride and the groom, or just the bride, and she'll go through and she'll complete all of the info that I need to make a timeline for the day. Now I have another one here. Oh, this is the back end just to show you how easy it is. So I get my answers here, and I can go through, depending on the bride. I have access to all of my questionnaires for the entire season in one spot, and I can go through and really quickly and easily edit whatever it is, bridegroom and their dog. I can add questions. I can make checkboxes. I can even do client surveys after the fact. Google Forms going to change your life. So I have one of those for weddings, one for families, one for maternity, you name it. You can check out the templates on signatureedits.com, the store, shop.signatureedits.com. We're going to move on to productivity tool number, I believe it is 12, which is Google Drive. Now, I've mentioned Google Drive in the past, and of course, this might go without saying. You might already be using Google Drive. If you're not, you should. And how do I use Google Drive? Well, I use it for everything. I have photos on there, I have documents on there, but the main thing I use it for is inquiries. When a bride actually contacts me and they want info, I would say, okay, here's my info for next year's photography. I go through, hi Christine, it's great to hear from you. Below is our packages, and here in Google Drive, I can actually automatically have this engagement style book be attached. So I give them this little booklet that goes through, talks about our pricing, has some portfolio work, some suggestions. So I have one of these with our pricing in it. I have one with our engagement guide in it. And I have another one for getting ready for the wedding day with some sample timelines. And this makes a huge difference in the client experience and actually sets us apart because we're one of the few photographers who actually give our brides something a little bit nicer than just an email with some information in it. So Google Drive is super fantastic and super quick for that. I also use it for just keeping my photos backed up and for sending wedding videos. So I have all of my client videos in here. And this is dual purpose because on one hand, I can deliver the clients their videos like this, no more USB or CD to worry about. But I also, at the same time, have these backed up forever on the cloud without having to worry about having a hard drive fail on me, anything like that. Backups are a good thing. Moving on to productivity tool number 13, we have Pixie Set. Pixie Set has absolutely changed my life, like every other tool on here. I'm saying that way too much. Pixie Set allows you to make beautiful photo galleries and deliver your photos in a way that is absolutely stunning, whether it's on mobile or on desktop. It's just bala. That's all it is. So here I have all of my weddings, my engagements. Every single session gets sent to the client like this, and right from within the session, I can go through and click share, enter any emails I want to send, whether it's the client, the client's parents, enter subject. I can use snippets, again, email templates. Once they have their photos, I have a pre-written template in here. I just hit send. I can include a download pin if I want, or I cannot. And another beautiful thing is I can actually set Pixie Set up to automatically sell prints. So once the client actually looks at the link, so here's an example gallery for you of a recent engagement session. So they get this link and they get a look at their photos, and then they can go through, and once it's set up, you can actually order prints right from within this gallery, or they can rather. So Pixie Set is awesome, and again, at the same time, it is giving me backups of all of my weddings, all of my engagement shoots, which is fantastic. Okay, moving on to tool number, what is it now? We're on tool number 14, which is Latergram. Latergram is the social platform of the century. It has, you guessed it, changed my life. Why is that? Because Latergram allows me to schedule out all of my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest posts. Now, of course, I'm actually using a Pinterest plugin, but for Facebook and Instagram, it's amazing to be able to plan out an entire month of content in like 5 minutes. So I can go through here. I've uploaded images from my portfolio, and I can just grab and drop them onto different days. So I would put this one on the 19th, and I can write my caption in here. And I have my hashtag, that sort of thing. I can actually save captions, hashtag suggestions, but for now, I'm just going to show you how quick and easy this is. Go through and just drag and drop images wherever I want, add my captions, and schedule out all of my content. This makes it so much easier. Now, what actually happens is this app syncs to my phone, and at the specified time, it will pop up with a notification on my phone saying post awaiting, and I can automatically just in a couple of clicks, click, 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 and it's uploaded and done, complete with my caption. No more typing that, fiddling around on my phone. It's easy as pie. And I can do this for Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter, which is fantastic. Got 2 more productivity tools for you. Number 15, we have Google Calendar. For me, the simplest way to keep track of my studio's bookings, all of my personal life, everything syncs. And what I love about it is how simple it is and how it syncs automatically with Gmail. You already saw how I can schedule meetings with it, but what I love is I can actually track all of my weddings on here. It's very easy. Go through. And for me, simple is best. If I were scheduling thousands of appointments every single month and I needed to track clients for months at a time, I'm sure I would be using something a little more complicated. But for me, it's really as simple as I go in here, and when the client pays their deposit, I put in how much they paid, when they booked, when the wedding is, a little bit of info about who's photographing the wedding, that sort of a thing. And that's all tracked and easy to sync with my other photographers. I can send them invitations to confirm and make sure it's his calendar. Rather, it just allows me to really synergize all of the different bookings across all of the photographers who work with us and keep track of things quickly, simply, and efficiently. And it's free. It's awesome and it's easy. And for me, simple is best whenever possible. Now, tool number 16. This one is a lifesaver. Let's say I send this info to Christine. And Christine asked for photo packages, but instead I thought that she was my cousin and said, haha, look at this quick cat video. And I hit send. And then I go, oh crap, I did not mean to send Christine a video of cats. Well, with this tool, the undo tool for Chrome, actually for Gmail, it will change your life because it will prevent you from making stupid mistakes like I do all the time. So to enable that, you just go up to settings, undo send, and we can actually just apply however long we want to have that on for. I set it to as long as possible because I tend to make stupid mistakes and not realize about it until it's too late. So this helps me a ton. There's so many times that I send the wrong info or I mistype or I misspell a name, and this has saved my butt. So you need that one just to cover yourself. All right, so those are the 16 top productivity tools that absolutely I use every single day in my photography business. Hey, if I missed one, please leave it in the comments below. Which one is your favorite? Please let me know in the comments below. Let's do a poll and hit this like button if this video was useful for you. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more great content, and I will see you in the next one.